Captain, the storm's getting closer.
We have to hold steady.
Full speed ahead, we can't turn back.
Roger that. I have to keep moving. The water's rising. Shark! It's right there!
I see it! Hold on!
It's coming closer! Turn!
Evasive action now!
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Or if you are the new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification, because you are about to dive into the something that I will make you think twice before ever stepping foot in the ocean again. I'm your host and narrator, and today I am bringing you the full length original fictional story straight from the depth of the imagination. A heart-pounding shark attack thriller inspired by the explosive Meg movies, but taken to the whole new level of terror. Imagine the screen fading to black and thunderous music swell, the title card slam into the screen in the blood red letter, and then we begin. The Pacific Ocean, 2028. 3 years after the nightmare that will be second Meg attack, the world tried to move on. Beaches reopened, cruises line advertised safest water on earth. Scientists swore the prehistoric nightmare was over. Just one lone Magdalene that had escaped the trench and been put down for good. But the ocean never forgot, and deep below in the cruising blackness of the Mariana Trench, something ancient has been waiting. Something bigger, something hungry. We open a small research vessel named the Nautilus 2, bobbing like a toy boat on the midnight swell about the 200 miles of the coast of Guam. Captain Marcus Mack, really a grilled ex-Navy man with a salt and pepper beard and voice like gravel in the blender, stands at the rail smoking his last cigarette. Another quiet night, he muttered to no one. Famous last word. Down in the subway, Dr. Elena Voss, marine biologist and the survivor of the last Meg incident, is suiting up. She 38, sharp-eyed with scar running down her left forearm from the last time she looked a 70-foot prehistoric shark in the eyes. We are not here for glory, people, she tell her small team over the intercom, just data. The trench has been too quiet since the last branch, something is off. Beside her, the Jack Harlan, our hero, ex-Navy sea diver, the guy who actually killed the last Meg with the harpoon to the eye and the prayer. Jack's 42, built like a linebacker who is seen too much within a quiet southern drawl that hides the storm inside him. He lost his best friend in the last attack. He still hears the scream in his sleep. Copy that, Doc, he says, clipping in the titanium exhaust, but if anything bigger than tuna shows up, we are out. Their mission: drop a new deep sea probe into the Challenger Deep, the deepest point on the planet, to monitor seismic activity. Corporate packers from Oceanic Dynamic want the data to future mining operation. Elena hates it, but the grant money keeps her research alive. Little do they know that probe is about to wake the devil. The Subliminal, a sleek yellow 3-man vehicle nicknamed Yellowfin, detached from the Nautilus 2 and slips beneath in the waves. Inside, Elena, Jack, and their young teach specialist, 26-year-old Kai Nakamura, a Japanese-American kid with no more coding skill than common sense and the nervous laugh that filled the cramped cabin. Pressure at 10,000 feet already. Kai says, I glued to the monitors. We are good. Jack replies, but his knuckles are white on the controls. Down they go, darkness swallowing them. Bioluminescent creatures flicker past like living stars. At 20,000 feet, the gull groans. 35,000, the probe is released. For 3 long minutes, nothing happens. Then the sonar pings. A shape appears on the screen, massive, moving fast, and 30 knot in the abyss. Impossible for anything alive. What is the hell is that? Elena whispers. The shape grows 80 feet, 90 and 110. The biggest Megalodon ever recorded, easily twice the size of the last one. Its height is scare and the battle born, eyes glowing like twin lanterns in the dark and behind it. 3 smaller shapes, 50-foot, juvenile a family. Probes like catch the monster teeth, rows open rows, each the size of man's forearm. The mag lungs, metal scream, and the feet cuts to statics. Back to the Nautilus 2, alarm blare, Mac slams his fist on the console. Yellowfin, report, Yellowfin, nothing but dead air. Then the surface erupt. The sub burst upward like cork from shaken bottle, tumbling end over end. Jack fights the control, surfacing just in time. The Nautilus crew howl aboard, soaking wet and shaking. Elena's voice cracks and she describes what she saw. It's not one, it's a pack and big one. It's breeding and we just spoke the mother of all nightmares. The corporation does not believe them. Semantic anomaly, they say massive whale carcass, nothing more. They order the mission scrubbed, but Mac refuses to leave and Jack knows better. He's seen the look in the thing eyes. It was not just a hunting, it was protecting. Cut to 24 hours later, the small tourist island of Isla de la Luz, a paradise of white sand and the crystal lagoons 200 miles away. Families splash in the shallows, jet skis roar, a luxury catamaran named the Azure Dream carries 200 passengers on the sunset dinner cruise. Laughter echoes across the water until the water turns red. The first sign in the dolphins, 100 of them suddenly bolt past the catamaran like they are fleeing the end of the world. Then sea goes flat, unnaturally flat, the shadow the size of the city bus gilded beneath the canal. The little girl on the upper deck point, Mommy, look, big fish. The Magdalene breaches. 80 tons of prehistoric fury explode out of the ocean in slow motion. Jaws wide enough to swallow a car. Its roar, a sound like a freight train mixed with thunder. Freezy, everyone is placed. The impact rocks the catamaran sideways. People scream, tablets slide. The shark's teeth shear through the starboard hull like it's tissue paper. Blood spray in the fine mist. Bodies tumble into the churning water. Jack and Elena, who had raced to the island after the sub incident to warn the authorities, are on the coast guard chopper overhead. They see it all. Get us down there. Jack barks. The pilot hesitates. That's suicide run. Too late. The Mac dive, then surge again. This time taking the entire stern in the catamaran in one bite. Metal crumples. The ship list hard. Kai watching the live news feed from the Nautilus. It's already hacking into the Iceland emergency system. I'm launching every drone we have. Chaos on the beach. Swimmer race to shore. Lifeguard blow whistle that no one here. The 3 jewelry mags, each the size of city bus, follow their mother in. They grab the jet ski mid-air, ride and all. Another ram the shallow reef, sending a wave panicked tourist scrambling. up to the sand. A father holds his son into his shoulder. Just a 50-foot jawline long jaw snapping shut on empty air, inches from their heels. Elena's voice over the radio is pure steel. Jack, we have to lure the big one away from Iceland. If she reaches the beaches, it's over. Jack does not hesitate. The commander's a high-speed, rigged, inflatable boat, RIP, loaded with emergency depth charges left over from the Meg hunt. Mac, get the Nautilus moving. We are gonna need the big sub. The chase is on. Jack races the RIB across the waves, throttle wide open. Elena beside him, loading a massive spare gun with tracking beacon. Behind them, the mother Meg surfaces again and again. Each breaches closer. Water shear off the massive dorsal fin like a black sail cutting the sunset. Her eyes cold, ancient and intelligent. Fixes on the tiny boat like a snake. Steady, Elena shouts. She fires. The spear buries deep in the shark flank. The red light blinks on the Jack's tablet. We are got a lock. Head to the trench coordinates. The Meg follow. Of course she does. The Julian trail are like duckling from hell. The ocean behind the RIB turn into boiling cauldron of the foam and the blood as smaller fish flee in terror. Night falls and the Nautilus too meets them and drop point. The big submersible, the reinforced coast. The Meg follows, of course she does. The Julian trail of the like duckling from hell. Jack and Elena climb in. Kai stays top side of coordinate. If these goes south, Jack tells the kid, you get everyone out, no hero stuff. Too late for that, Kai mutters. Inside the walker, the pressure builds again. Red emergency lights glow. Jack pilot while Elena monitor the tracker. The Mag is 200 feet below them now, circling, waiting. Then she attacks. The sub rocks violently, metal screeches. The juvenile slams into the viewport, teeth scraping across the reinforced glass inches from Elena's face. They are learning. She breathes coordinated. Jack fires the exterior harpoons over juvenile, takes a hit and peels off. Trailing blood, but the mother is smarter. She rams from below, sending the sub spinning into her abyss. Alarm scream, oxygen drops. From one terrifying minute they tumble through blackness. The only light coming from the Meg's glowing scar. Then impact, and they in the bottom, the trench floor. The mother Meg circle overhead like a vulture on the size of 747. Her juvenile join her. Jack realizes with horror that this is not just the hunt, this is the nest. Massive egg scars in the size of cars glow faithfully in the hydrothermal vent nearby. Dozens of them. The corporation's mining probes had cracked the one open months ago. These monsters had been born because of human greed. Elena's voice is grim. We can't just kill them, they are the last of their kind, but if we don't. Jax cuts off, we don't have a choice, not today. They deploy the emergency plan. Kai topside drops a massive barrel of cum laced with a new pheromone compound the scientists cooked up. Something that driven Meg into the frenzy, but also attracts them to single spot. Their Nautilus races away, dragging the barrel behind it on a long cable. The mother takes a bait. She surges upward the impossible speed, her massive body eclipsing the sub of the she passes. Jack and Elena watch it away in terror as the best rocket toward the surface. The juvenile follow. The final battle began at dawn. The Azure Dream's survivors have been evacuated to the island, but the Megs arrive anyway. The mother breaches again, this time right in the harbor. She crushes the coast guard cutter like a beer can. The tiny line swarm the marina, boats flip, people run screaming through the street. A new helicopter captures the horror live, a 50-foot juvenile dragging the tour bus backward into the surf. The tourists hammering on the windows. Jack and Elena surface in the water time. In the time, Meg has armed with Nautilus with experimental torpedoes, low yield, designed to stun rather than kill. We hit a mother with everything we have got. Jack says overcomes. Then we deal with the babies. The fight is pure cinematic intensity. The mother Meg charges the Nautilus head on. Meg fires. The torpedo glances off her hide. Another explodes against her gills. She roars. That same freight train below. And slam for ship side away. The hull buckles. Water pours in. Meg stays at the wheel. Blood screaming from the cut on his forehead. Come on, you ugly bitch, take the bait. Jack leaps from the walker into the half-stucken yacht, grabs a heavy spear gun and dives into the churning water. Elena screams his name, but he is already gone. He swims down, explodes suit, light cutting through the bloody murks. The mother Meg turns toward him. For the frozen second, man and monster look 30 feet apart. Jack fires. Elena back in the walker, see all its sonar. She rams the sub straight into the Meg flank, deploying the last depth charge at the point blank range. The explosion stuns in the giant. The mother slows, blood clouding the water in the black-red hollow. Jack surfaces, gasping. Mac's crew howls him about the listening Nautilus. She is going down. Kai shouts from the drone feed. But the javelins are not finished. Two of them turn on the island itself, smashing through the pier like it's a kindling. The third wheel tower the walker. Elena fights to control, but the sub is damaged. The jaws closed around the near thruster metal shrinker. The viewport spiderweb. Elena looks into the young Meg's eye and sees something almost like curiosity. For a split second she hesitates. Then she hits the emergency eject. The Walker cockpit pod shoots tower. The sub implodes behind her in a cloud of bubbles. Elena surfaces amid the wreckage, coughing alive. The mother Meg, morality wounded, makes one final run at the beach. Thousands of people watch from the hill as the 110-foot monster surges through the surf, jaws wide, determined to take as many with her as she can. Jack, bleeding and executed, stands on the remain of the pier and the last working harpoon launcher on the shoulder. He fires. The explosive bolt hits true straight down to the Meg open gullet. The beast convulses, her massive bloody roll sideways, crushing the last standing dog. Wave crashing over the beach in the final bloody surge and the silence. The juvenile, sensing their mother's death, turn the flea back toward the trench and ocean claims the giant carcass, dragging it down into the dark where it belongs. Dawn breaks over Isla de la Luz. The island is devastated but alive. Jack sits on the sand, Elena beside him, both wrapped in blankets. Starting at the calm sea, Mac limps over, offering them coffee from a thermos that's somehow survived. Kai runs up, drone footage still streaming on his tablet. We did it, Elena says quietly, but those eggs, there could be more. Jax look out the horizon. There will be ready. The ocean got secret. We just scratched the surface. The camera pulled back, the music swelled, triumphant but the darkened undertone. The title card returned the Meg 3 Unleashed, and the screen faded and the final shot deep in the trench. One egg sac cracks open, the tiny 30-foot juvenile Magdalene swim out, already hungry, already learning. That's the end, or it is. Hey folks, that was the Meg 3, the complete original 5000 attacker thrill written just for you. I poured every once the tension, action and heart into the one of make it feel like you right here, there in the theater and or the boat with Jack and Elena. What do you think? Was the mother of Meg terrifying enough? Should we do a Meg 4 next? Drop your favorite scene in the comment. Mine was Jack's underwater stare down. Smash that like button if you want more original movie style stories narrated like this. Subscribe for weekly deep sea nightmares and let me know in the comment. And would you go back into the trench after that? Stay safe out there, keep your eyes on the water, and I will see you in the next one. This is